Are you looking for 10 best things to do in San Antonio? Those searching for a bit Texas frontier records are certain to discover it right here. San Antonio proudly touts web websites just like the Alamo, San Antonio Mission's National Historical Park, and the Spanish Governor's Palace. The museums, consisting of the San Antonio Museum of Art, also are now no longer to be missed. This town additionally makes for a brilliant own circle of relatives vacation, with instructional and adrenaline-pumping fun. SeaWorld and Six Flags Fiesta Texas will thrill each you and the little ones. And no town excursion could be entire without a walk down the River Walk, a 3-mile lengthy route alongside the San Antonio River, which hits many points of interest. For assist navigating the town's pinnacle matters to do, join up for one of the nice San Antonio excursions. Here is the list of 10 best things to do in San Antonio. 1. Brackenridge Park. When the river walk appears too busy, searching for safe haven from the warmth and the swarms of vacationers in Brackenridge Park, its 343 acres provide lots with inside the manner of relaxation. Rustic stone bridges and shaded walkways are best for strolling, and the Japanese Tea Garden and San Antonio Botanical Garden beckon to botanists. Dress informal so that you can take gain of Brackenridge's walking trails, golfing path, and athletic fields. The park additionally hosts outside live shows with inside the Herbal Sunken Garden Theater. In and across the park, you will additionally discover famous points of interest just like the San Antonio Zoo and the Whit Museum. Past traffic favored the park's Educate, which runs via the zoo and gives an incredible possibility to get across the big area. They additionally suggest bringing a few fowl seed to feed the geese that glide down the San Antonio River. The park is likewise a featured prevent on a few of the nice San Antonio excursions. 2. The Alamo. If there is one component San Antonio is understood for, it is the Alamo. Once a Franciscan mission, it turned into right here that 189 Texans fought and misplaced their lives in 1836 at some stage in a 13-day siege with the aid of using Mexican ruler, President Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. The combat sparked Texas conflict for independence, and today, the Alamo stands as a tribute to those men, showing artifacts belonging to a number of the Alamo's maximum well-known defenders, which include Davy Crockett and James Bowie. Once you've got completed journeying the Alamo, head round again in which a small museum and studies library provide an addition perception into the siege. Alternatively, take a biskip via the present save, in which you could discover quite a few souvenirs to assist you remember the Alamo. Recent traffic stated the website online can get alternatively busy, so try and go to early with inside the morning or later with inside the evening. Most traffic additionally agree that even if it is filled with vacationers, the Alamo is a must-see in San Antonio. 3. San Fernando Cathedral. If you are traveling San Antonio, the San Fernando Cathedral is tough to pass over. Still a lively residence of worship, the cathedral is one of the oldest inside the country. Built in 1738 with the aid of using colonists from the Canary Islands, it turned into right here that Wild West legend James Bowie turned into married, and that General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna indicated his plans for the Alamo. Some agree with that many heroes from the Alamo are buried right here in an unmarked tomb, and notwithstanding enduring harm from a hearth place with inside the past due 19th century, the San Fernando Cathedral continues its vintage appearance, beckoning you to excursion its breathtaking indoors. While the indoors is open at some stage in the day, latest tourists insist which you go to the church at nighttime to take gain of the unfastened mild display. Every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 9, 9:30, and 10 p.m., entrancing photos are projected onto the constructing facade, delighting beyond traffic to San Antonio. You'll need to double take a look at the main plaza internet site to ensure the display is occurring. 4. River Walk. Many agree that the nice manner to peer San Antonio is with the aid of taking a walk alongside the River Walk, or Paseo del Rio. San Antonio's maximum visited visitor enchantment meanders alongside the banks of the San Antonio River via the middle of the town, connecting principal points of interest like Brackenridge Park and the San Antonio Museum of Art. Flanking the River Walk are dozens of restaurants, boutique resorts, and sidewalk cafes shaded with the aid of using colorful umbrellas, and road performers frequently fill the air with mariachi music. If you are in San Antonio in January, do not pass over the River Walk Mud Festival and Parade at some stage in which the river is tired, and the muddy riverbed turns into the high venue for celebration. If you need to peer the River Walk from an exclusive vantage point, attempt a ship excursion. These 35-minute excursions, provided with the aid of using Rio San Antonio cruises, take traffic on a leisurely trip down the winding river. Tickets cost $8.25 for adults and $2 for youngsters. Many say the boat rides are a must. You can also prefer to capture a Rio taxi, which charges a chunk much less, and makes non-stop stops alongside the river. 5. San Antonio Mission's National Historical Park. Aside from the Alamo, that is in which all of San Antonio's ancient missions, Mission San Jose, Mission Conception, Mission Espada, and Mission San Juan, are positioned, making this a must-see website online for records buffs. Established alongside the San Antonio River inside the 18th century with the aid of using Franciscan friars, the missions stand as a tribute to Spain's achievement in spreading Catholicism via the southwest and into Mexico. Each mission is stunning in its personal manner, from the undisturbed frescoes at Mission Conception to the Romanesque arches of Mission San Juan. Recent traffic recommend taking gain of the unfastened excursions provided with the aid of using the park rangers, noting how lots greater they discovered at some stage in their go-to. You also can hike or motorcycle the Mission Trail beyond every shape to find out about how the friars lived facet with the aid of using facet with Native Americans. Scattered across the missions are remnants of granaries, workshops, and water mills. 6. San Antonio Museum of Art. Although it can now no longer be as big as different artwork museums, the San Antonio Museum of Art is a cultural gem this is now no longer to be missed. It hosts pinnacle-notch collections of Native American, Spanish colonial, and Latin American artwork. What's greater, the museum is likewise domestic to the most important series of Asian artwork in Texas, now no longer to say a decent grouping of greater modern-day pieces. Visitors are continually inspired with the aid of using the rotating reveals that function paintings with the aid of using famed artists, consisting of Harry Bertoia. The museum additionally holds quite a few unique activities, each are starting from movie collection to kids programs. If you do not make it right here to your personal, you will discover that it is a featured prevent on a few of the nice San Antonio excursions. 7. Spanish Governor's Palace. Although it turned into by no means clearly a palace, this adobe constructing simply seems the element with rooms closely adorned in 18th century fixtures, and a fantastic cobblestone patio. This National Historic Landmark and previous seat of the Spanish government caters to each record's buffs and artwork lovers. You can discover the belongings to your personal or tag alongside on a guided excursion at some stage in which workforce individuals can give an explanation for the whole thing, from the constructing's trendy records to the tricky carvings at the doorways. Recent traffic discouraged journeying this website online with youngsters, however, as there is little right here to maintain toddlers entertained. They additionally warn the palace does not take too lengthy to head via, so records fans can be a chunk upset. 8. San Antonio Zoo. The San Antonio Zoo is a brilliant opportunity for animal-loving households who do not need to lay out a fortune at SeaWorld San Antonio. This 56-acre facility is domestic to one in every of the most important animal collections inside the country. Exhibits encompass a butterfly habitat, four-legged buddies from the African plains, and colorful critters from the Amazon. Special activities, consisting of animal feedings and numerous festivals, take region in the course of the year. Past tourists specifically loved the expansive butterfly exhibit, at the same time as households favored the small educate that winds via the zoo. And, in step with a few parents, one of the nice matters approximately this zoo is that traffic do not ought to fear approximately jogging into a present save at each turn. 9. SeaWorld San Antonio. Beat the Texas warmth and take the youngsters to SeaWorld San Antonio, a large marine-themed entertainment park. Get up near and private with penguins, dolphins, sharks, and sea lions inside the walk via habitats, or quiet down inside the swimming pools and water slides on the adjoining Aquatica Water Park. When you observe your hands are starting to prune, dry off on one in every of SeaWorld's many rides, consisting of the Steel Eel Hypercoaster or the Great White Inverted Curler Coaster. Alternatively, seize a chew to consume at one of the dozen concession stands positioned in the course of the parks. Past tourists praise the park's blend of roller coasters and animal reveals, pronouncing that there's simply no scarcity of methods to spend an afternoon right here. That stated, many latest traffic had been upset with the aid of using the San Antonio outpost while evaluating it to SeaWorld's different locations, claiming that the park's admission charge turned into too costly given the quantity of sports provided. 10. Whit Museum. For a chilled and often air-conditioned afternoon, take your youngsters out for a few instructional entertainment on the Whit Museum. This frequently left-out website online delves deep into herbal science, anthropology, and Texas records, with reveals offering the whole thing from dinosaurs to mummies to tarantulas. You also can take an intensity appearance again via Texas interesting beyond with the aid of exploring the ancient log cabins positioned at the grounds. And do not forget to test out the rotating unique exhibitions overlaying area. and different captivating topics. This quirky web website online has grown in reputation over the years, and journeying households say its collections and interactive functions entertain youngsters of all ages. Past visitors specifically praise the interactive reveals, in addition to the on-web website online mountain climbing tower, as incredible methods to burn off a few greater energy.